from South Korea asks,
Mom, where did you go for your birthday and why didn't you take me? Mom, sign the Spudgy. Dear Mom, I love you, my mom.
Spudgy, that guy is so bad at writing.
I love my mom.
Spudgy used a Siri.
Siri, tell my mom I love my mom.
Sorry, Spudgy, I do not understand.
So some of you might be wondering why we're taking Spudgy's request over someone else's request.
Now the reason why is because we've decided to abandon the Google moderator.
For those of you that don't know, Google Moderator is where we were choosing our TLDR questions from. The top rated most popular question was the one we answered. But recently we discovered that we couldn't actually go in and adjust anything. So the same like top 8 questions that were voted up the most popular remained at the top and we couldn't delete them.
So now pretty much our Google moderated page is like 20 pages of questions we've already answered. So from now on, if you want to ask us a question for our next TLDR, just do so in the comments of this YouTube video or on our blog post. That's it.
And we'll be choosing our favorite question. It could be about us, it could be about Korea.
It could be about chocolate bars, it could be about Spudgy Stow hairs, anything you want, be it silly or serious, we're ready to answer them because TLDRs are back in full effect.
On Wednesdays. So we decided to get rid of the K-Crunch cocktail on Thursdays because we were just doing too many videos and we couldn't keep up with TLDRs. We know you guys like them. So back to Spudgy's question.
Mom, where were you, Mom?
This winds up answering a second question of why we're not doing a wank this week, which Martina has a very guilty conscience for and she's going to answer in a very ashamed manner. But we should probably start from the beginning.
So what did I do for my birthday? So my birthday was great. I read a lot of amazing messages online, which made me feel warm and bubbly on the inside. And then Simon had a whole bunch of special gifts for me, like vanilla beans. Everyone's like, that's a pretty lame gift. But it's really difficult to find vanilla beans in Korea.
I had to like take like a 40-hour taxi drive, not 40-hour, 40-minute taxi drive just to get the vanilla beans.
And he got me a hand mixer as well because I really love to cook. And you can't find hand mixers at like the E-Mart or local store. So Simon had to go to like a specialty place.
See, I feel bad because it's like, those are the kind of like
Housewife
lame gifts that
gifts.
you give a housewife. Like, here you go, wife, I got you a hand mixer and a vacuum and an apron so you can clean around the house while I watch football games. It's not like that, okay? Cooking is a hobby for my wife.
He also got me an iPad holder so that I can cook in the kitchen with my iPad holder.
You had your eyes on it the whole time. You were like, oh, I want it. It was sold out. I went very far. This is just to get that for you as well. Did you understand the effort?
Listen, it's not just for cooking. It's good so when I call my family and I'm cooking, I can chat with my family in the
This
kitchen.
story is starting to suck.
Okay, skip that part. So Simon makes plans for us to go to the W Hotel in Gangnam, which is a really beautiful, very artsy-like hotel. Side note, we have a friend who's friends with a friend of a friend who works at the W Hotel and claims to see Top eating in the restaurant there quite often by himself, all lonely, with a glass of wine.
I'm so lonely, 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 lonely. And then after like 5 glasses of wine, it's boom, shakalaka.
Anyways, it was all a surprise. Simon was very elaborate with making everything. He even had a taxi driver not mention where we were going, have the GPS like off. He ended up blindfolding me as we approached the hotel when I was getting off the highway so I wouldn't know where we were. I was very honestly surprised. And he booked some awesome full body massages and full facials and like awesome things that were relaxing like that.
Now what's amazing about this is that from our experience of massages in Korea, they feel like water torture. It's just so excruciatingly painful, so we hate it. So I made sure when I booked these massages, I was like, look, I've had many massages in Korea. They hurt me a lot. I will not pay you if you hurt me.
Anyways, I didn't know I was getting a massage. It was still part of the birthday surprise.
She knew nothing whatsoever.
So Simon just rushed us up to our hotel room, which was really beautiful, had a gorgeous look out of Seoul, and said, all right, drop your stuff. We got to go somewhere else, Missy. And I was like, oh my God, confusion. So then we separated into the male and female spa area, but something a little bit different happened than what we're used to in North America.
So when I walk into the change room, they give me a locker and they're like, put your clothes in there. I'm like, okay, do you have like, you know, like shorts or something that I change into? Like a robe? And they're like, no, put your clothes in there. You just want me to walk around naked, you know, swinging around for everyone to see, and they're like, yeah, naked, go. And I'm like, can I have a towel at least? They're like, oh, okay, here, you sissy foreigner, take your towel and don't do things the Korean way. But like everyone's just walking around naked.
Anyways, time came for our massage treatment, and so someone came out to get me and brought me into a room, and at this point I still had no idea what was going on. So I'm just in my little robe and I'm like, where are you taking me? And I end up in a room with a ginormous copper bathtub with like rose petals scattered everywhere and like weird spa music playing, you know, like the like
Ingwinyama bada. Circle life.
Okay, that was not playing there, Simon.
Oh.
So I'm standing there being like, I don't know what to do here. Am I supposed to take a bath? And then they bring Simon in. So I'm like, okay, now Simon's here and we're standing in a room with a giant bathtub and I don't know what to do. And they're like, here, take these and put them on. And I look at it and it's a pair of like bathing suit underpants for me. And Simon has
They gave me a pair of underwear as well, except I wouldn't exactly call them underwear. It was more like, imagine the bottom of a potato sack cut with leg holes. And it just like, I put it on, it was just like this big puffy
It looked like a diaper.
Diaper, just
a
like
huge...
sagging in the front, sagging in the back. There was nothing nice or comfortable about it.
But
And
it was hilarious because
just-
mine was all like fitted, so I was like, ooh, I'm in my bathing suit.
I just wish I had a different fabric apart from potato sack fabric. Like, would you like cotton? Would you like nylon? Or would you like potato sack? I'll go for the potato sack.
Anyways, we had the chance to enjoy a deep soak in the bathtub together with the most ginormous Viking bathtub I've ever seen in my life. And then after we were all like loosened up and warm, it led us into the other room where we started our couple massage.
Anyhow, I think Martina's stalling a bit because she's ashamed about what happened in the evening. So let's just say our massages were awesome. Our dinner was delicious and awesome.
Skipping there so quickly, I'm not ready.
Well, you better tell them what happened afterwards for our little cocktail bar incident.
Oh. So we went for cocktails at nighttime, and Simon had bought me a really lovely birthday hat that I had to wear for the whole night. And right beside us, there was some kind of like after party going on, and we weren't sure what it was for, but it looked like some kind of like fashion week celebration because they were showing pictures of like models. So eventually my birthday hat seemed to gather some attention. So there's one guy came down the stairs. He came over to serenade me because it was my birthday, and he was like, birthday girl, birthday girl, birthday girl. And he did like this awesome
It
little
wasn't
birthday
really a
girl dance.
serenade as much as just like
Like a jig.
hey everyone, look over, here's a birthday girl.
Yeah, and then he brought us some pink champagne. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. So I felt obliged to drink the champagne. And then they brought over more shots, and then they brought over more pink champagne. And then we found out that the guy that was running it, it was his birthday on May the 2nd. And so then they're like, birthday girl, birthday boy, birthday girl, birthday boy.
So what originally started off as being a very responsible night of enjoying some martinis and speaking with each other lovingly, turns out that Martina got a lot more alcohol than we had planned on ingesting, and she was drinking it for the sake of like the birthday party they were throwing us and throwing for themselves.
And what's funny about it is how fame is kind of like a relative thing, because supposedly we were introduced to some really famous like Thai actors and models and Singapore actors and Singapore models, but we didn't actually know any of them because we're not into that culture right now.
So I'm sure a lot of you are gonna be like, oh my god, you partied with blankety blank, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. Sorry guys. Anyhow, the moral of the story isn't about being famous. The moral of the story is do not drink at a Singaporean fashion party because they will mess you up.
I think the moral of the story is don't mix your champagne with your cocktails and with shots, with more cocktails, and with cake. So much cake. I had lots of cake. So needless to say, the next morning I wasn't feeling very good.
And by next morning, I think you mean to say morning, afternoon, and evening. You were
My
pretty
tummy
much
felt really queasy.
you were bedridden for the rest of the day. So Wednesdays are usually the day that we wind up filming our faps and our wank wanks, and because Martina was so sick, we couldn't film anything. So if you have any free time on your hands, feel free to complain to the Singaporean fashion people for ruining our wanking adventures.
I couldn't wink because I had too much champagne. But despite feeling a little bit sick the next day, I really had an amazing birthday. Really great wishes from you guys. Awesome birthday gifts from Simon. Awesome plans from the best husband ever.
Thanks, sunshine.
You're such a great husband. I'm so lucky that I found you. How did I trick you into marrying me?
I tricked you, Missy.
I tricked you.
I tricked you
I
so
tricked
good.
you.
I suckered you.
suckered
I'm like,
you.
will you marry me? You said yes. Bwah. So that's it for this week's TLDR. If you have a question for next TLDR, leave them in the comment section below, either on YouTube or on our blog page.
And don't forget to check out the questions that are already asked, because if you don't want to ask a question, maybe there's a question you love, and then you can thumbs that up and get our attention.
Don't forget to like and favorite this video and to subscribe for more TLDR Wednesdays.
That's right. Remember, we moved them from Thursday to Wednesdays, and we're not going to drink any more pink champagne ever.
With Singaporeans.
Or vodka.
With Singaporeans.
Or Long Island iced teas.
Let's just not drink with
Or
Singaporeans.
strawberry martinis.
I'm sorry, Singapore. I don't mean all of you. Just your fashion people. Fashion people scare me.